Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. I would like to get started now so that we don't go up against the weather. Before we start, I welcome you all here. I'm so glad that you could be here with us today. If you are concerned about being physically distanced, we've marked off blue tape on the ground. Those are 6 feet apart. If you feel, more comfortable being closer to one another, you can still be 6 feet apart and be safe. This is so, it means so much to me that people could turn out for this event. I feel very strongly about some of the events that have happened leading up to this, and I felt like we needed to have some kind of a community response. So I appreciate you're all being here. Before we start, I like to start by just taking 3 deep breaths to kind of cleanse. And if you're where I am, you can smell the wonderful smell of sage that Bella has lit to purify the area for us. So just taking a big deep breath and breathe down to your toes and hold it for a couple of seconds and then let it go. If you'd like to, you can move your arms, and then you'll know that you're far enough away from other people. You can put both arms up and just breathe in and out. And then one more time. Breathe in from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And then out. And then we're centered to begin. And I'd like to start by welcoming Bella Noka and her husband, Ray Noka, who are tribal elders of the Narragansett tribe, to start us off.
Asko wikwasin nenasu tamahabe inishine nani tampawag. My name is Mishki Wukbaye, my native language, that is Red Wind. And this is my husband, Poponi Makwashim, in our native language, and that is Winter Wolf. Randy, can you please? I need him for my strength. You are standing on the lands of my people, my ancient ancestors, and we welcome you. We thank you for being here and being a part of a time where we are making change in everything that we say and everything that we do and everything that we bring into our families and the people that we surround ourselves. We are making change. Right now you see few people, but there are many here. My ancient ancestors stand with you, stand with us. The winds are with us. The ocean is with us. Mother Earth is with us. And as they say, with the Creator on your side, who can be against you? In many languages, many religions, many forces. This is the land of the Narragansett Indian Tribal Nation. We are the only federally recognized tribe in the state of Rhode Island. And we thank you both for recognizing the protocol of reaching out to the indigenous people of this land. That is highly respected. We do that throughout Indian country. My husband served as Vice President of the National Congress of American Indians and as Vice Chair of the United Southeastern Tribes. We both served on Tribal Council for the Narragansett Indian Tribal Nation. We are serving right now as tribal elders. Just yesterday we lost another elder. My nephew would have been here to sing a drum song for you all that would have echoed throughout here, but I hope that you could feel and hear the echo from where he stands today. My mother told me that if I were to throw a pebble out into the world, somewhere on the opposite side of the world, a child, a woman, a man would hear that pebble. So what you do and what you say will echo and vibrate throughout the world. So choose your words and your actions wisely, because you are made up of so much power, so much energy. You have a huge force. Sometimes we see ourselves as small and meek and not able to do enough in the world. But your power is stronger and greater than your mind can ever imagine. You were given this purpose to be here at this time, at this location, for purpose. It is not just that we arrive here and we feel as though we're playing a small part in trying to end the violence and protecting the kids from the streets or black lives, saving those lives. We are here because every single move that we make, every single shift, every degree off, we will look at life differently. If I were to tell everybody what I seen today, I would say I seen a lot of beautiful faces, a lot of masks, a lot of colorful jackets, and a lot of women and men, and I seen the Cheesecake Factory. But none of you can say that right now because you're facing me. And what you see behind me is the State House. And you see the sky above me, and you see the steps, and you see the smoke. And you see all of those things that I cannot say. So anywhere that we stand, we will look at life differently. But we are to respect and learn to communicate so that we are able to have a greater understanding of what we've seen, what we felt, and what we know, so that we can move with purpose and move us forward. The ocean is a big part of my tribe for ceremony. It's where we go, like you have a mosque, or you have a temple, or you have your church. The state of Rhode Island has taken that from us. It has named the town after my tribe, Narragansett. Does anybody know the town of Narragansett? Could you raise your hand? Has anybody been to the Narragansett Beach? Could you raise your hand? Has anybody paid to go on the Narragansett Beach? Could you raise your hand? Well, do you know, my son is 17 years old and he goes to school with a lot of young adults his age whose parents are pretty wealthy and they live in Narragansett. And they just walk on the beach because they have a pass. They live in Narragansett and their families go to the Dunes Club and they don't have to pay anything. But my son, who is the same age as they are, whose land this belongs to, whose ancestors rest beneath it, who prays by the ocean, who does ceremony by the ocean, who the town is named after his tribe, the beach named after his tribe, and he has to pay $20 to enter. So we can start at the very beginning and fix things and make things right and do it with purpose. Because when you start in the middle, nothing ever will go right. You got to start from the very beginning and then make everything right. You can't fix half of your leg and think it's going to be okay. You got to fix your whole leg. So I ask you, from the Narragansett Tribal Nation, pay attention to us. Learn a little more about us. Know that your ancestors, your ancestors, came here for a better way of life. Open up your hearts and minds to the people who are just like them and have been in circumstances just as they have been. When you tell your stories about arriving here with only 50 cents in their pockets and making it, you cannot arrive anywhere with 50 cents in your pocket and make it anywhere unless someone reached out and took your hand and helped. So we got to be those hands that reach out now and help. See it as everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing fine. But if you can remember what the struggles your ancestors had gone through, you will be a better person today. But they gave you such a better way of life, you have forgotten. Please remember, check your heartbeat, reach out your hand, and support someone else. And on November 3rd, and I pray, I don't think I ever been scared. I never been scared. November 3rd, there is such an uncertainty. There is something in the air. All the guns going off the shelves, you see it. Pray for this world. This world belongs to all of us. And let's make it right for everyone. Tabatni.
Oscar Ikwazani Tampoags. I'll be quick, and I hope I don't take away from the program, but I know it's part of our culture and way, or certainly my way. I always like to start off with a moment of silence for those that aren't here for whatever reason. For those that couldn't make it, maybe physically, or just their schedule didn't allow today. For those that have gone on to the spirit world, lost loved ones. For those standing here, you've lost a loved one way or another, and for the world, and as Bella was sharing, there's a lot of issues going on in this world, this country, this state. But a moment of silence is never inappropriate, and you can have your hearts and your minds get to where they need to be for a few moments of silence. So if you would join me, please. Thank you. Again, I'll be quick, but there's some things that always come to mind, and what we've all gone through, what this world has gone through, what this country more so. I know what this gathering is about. We've been to a lot of them. Probably some standing there today. Last week and the week before, and during the week. There's been a lot of things going on. A lot of reasons why we've gotten together. Most of them not good. Most of them someone got hurt one way or another. Most of them recognizing injustice or unrest or civil violence and criminal violence, and we've all experienced it. Maybe watching on TV. I was at the gym the other day. I hope not too long, but I was at the gym and they showed footage of George Floyd again, and I welled up a little, because what he went through that day and what we've all experienced, we watched that. Or again, everything that's going on with someone else, all the injustice that's been done against people of color, regardless, women, there's so much going on. Last week we had the Nasty Women Gathering, and wasn't it last Sunday? You lose track of time when you sometimes you just go where you're led to go, and it's for a good reason. But never lose sight of why we come to these things. And I applaud all those that are here today and you're taking yourself away from maybe a loved one at home or whatever. But you're here for the reason that you are and for the message that will be shared. Now, if not for us gathering, if not for those that are continuing to bring forward the issues, that are standing in support, side by side, maybe 6 feet in between, but nonetheless, side by side, if not for those, then all these things would not be fought against. You know, and they'll just continue on. Whoever's perpetrating them, they'll just continue on. It's like business as usual. Forgive me if you happen to be a Trump fan, but what he's leading this country down, the civil unrest, it's like the 60s being relived. Maybe not as drastic, but in no less ways, just as hateful, just as prejudiced, just as much of people hating. You know, and for the most part, it's probably just because of a color difference, a skin difference. And who thinks they deserve more because of their skin? Because they happen to be a different pigment. Who in the right mind, maybe that's the question, who in the right mind really thinks they deserve more because they happen to be a different, or someone else deserves less because they're a different skin? This country is supposedly founded on equal rights of all men are created equal. Well, that's a fallacy that's happened since they penned the Declaration of Independence and all the things. It's never lived up to what it's promised to people, for those that come to the shore and those that my ancestors greeted one way or another. But November 3rd, I'm just jumping around, but November 3rd, if you haven't voted already, don't lose that opportunity. If nothing else, you're expressing yourself, you're carrying your voice forward, and I voted, we voted a couple weeks ago. I happened to volunteer, we live in the town of Richmond, I volunteered to be at the voting precinct. And didn't realize what was involved, but as it was explained, 12 hours of being there and not being able to leave. I'm only saying it because it meant that much to me to want to be able to do something more. I'd rather be in Milwaukee where there's going to be whatever, or Atlanta, or those hot spots that maybe there's going to take forever to vote, and maybe a little bit of unrest, or a lot of unrest, but don't lose that opportunity. Do not lose that opportunity if you haven't voted already. You can make a difference, if only for yourself, the peace of mind, but you can make a difference. And we'll be there. Bella mentioned already, the Narragansett tribe, what this state, all of southern New England means to us, anywhere you walk, we'll be there despite what's been done to us, the injustice that has been continually perpetrated against us, even in present day society. We'll still be there because this is our land, this is home to us, and for those that come from other parts and are here now, we'll still be there side by side and fighting as we need to fight and upholding the civil rights of all that need that support. Thank you.